Welcome to Viva. Here's some updates for you midweek. First story is on the woman behind Scooby-Doo. One of the planet's most beloved cartoon characters has passed away at 71. She began voicing the voice of Daphne in the 1970s on the second season of the Saturday morning CBS cartoon Scooby-Doo, Where Are You?, developed by Hanna-Barbera. She also voiced the character in new Scooby-Doo movies in the early 70s and in several other versions of the cartoon until 2003. Rest in peace. The second story is of a bigger one. The UN voted 14-1 to nullify Donald Trump's Jerusalem decision. Then the US ambassador to the United Nations, Nikki Haley, shows them who's boss. American right-wing press are so happy that the US exercised their veto power to defend Trump's decision. This is the same country that was angry with Russia or China for not taking a group position. The Americans now find themselves in this peculiar spot of not siding with the rest of the world. Hypocrisy is too small of a word for this. I'm looking for irony, maybe. Nobody would be surprised if UN Ambassador Nikki Haley became Secretary of State in the near future for the American country, as most likely Donald Trump's president becomes the second term. She will also be made the Secretary of State there. After that, it's rumored that Nikki Haley could run for presidency herself in 2024. The reason, according to US right media, is that she's strong. Third story revolves around business. BMW has achieved its goal of selling at least 100,000 plug-in electrical vehicles in this year. That means that BMW experienced year-on-year plug-in electrical vehicle sales growth of over 60% if compared between 2017 against 2016. Yes, as you can see, BMW is counting plug-in hybrids. It has several plug-in hybrid models. However, the BMW i3 still leads the way for the company. This news follows on recent announcement that the company would be spending over 100 million euros or so on a new self-driving vehicle and electric vehicle track test. And also the news that BMW is partnering with US-based firm Solid Power to develop commercial solid-state vehicles for electric batteries. The final story is on the leading content intelligence platform for publishers called Chartbeat. Chartbeat today announces the 100 most engaging stories in 2017. The articles that were read most this year based on highest engaged time. Selected out of over 39 million stories on over 50,000 media sites around the world. The top 100 serves as a snapshot of the year's major events and highlight the themes that resonated most with readers. The Atlantic's My Family's Slave earned the top spot on the list. The piece, written by the late Alex Tizon, gives a truthful, humble account of his life growing up with his caretaker, Lola, simultaneously a beloved motherly figure and slave to his family home. Collecting almost 58 million minutes of engaged time, triple of any other article on the list, the story garnered widespread global readership and debate and is a marquee example of the human-centered stories making their presence strongly known on this year's list. The Atlantic's editor-in-chief said that when they published Alex Tizon's piece, it was at the beginning of the Trump presidency, and Trump was seemingly the only thing on everyone's minds. The editor-in-chief says that he had no idea that a tragic, very personal story by an esteemed but not particularly well-known writer would connect in such a dramatic way. Go to Chartbeat to find out the whole list of the top 100 stories. It will give you a good insight on how the world progressed for the entire year. I'm Ibrahim Sani signing off for Viva. Thanks for watching. By the way, I did read the My Family Slave story and it was a fascinating read. A lot of us in Malaysia could resonate that story, particularly when we have foreign helpers from Indonesia, from Vietnam and so on. Please let me know what you think about that particular article if you've not read it yet. If you have, leave some comments down below retelling your own story about your own experience with your own caretakers.